Hi, I'm Tom Armstrong. I'm a supervising planner with the City of Portland, and I'm responsible for the Economic Development Planning section at the Bureau of Planning and Sustainability. One of the key issues in the comprehensive plan is around economic prosperity and job growth. We want a city where every Portlander can work and can afford to meet their needs. As we update the comprehensive plan, we're looking at not only how many jobs are coming, but what types of jobs there are to ensure that we have an adequate land supply and the infrastructure to support that job growth. Portland is fortunate to have a relatively balanced economy. We have about 370,000 jobs in Portland, spread over 4 major sectors. One is the Central City, which is the state's largest business employment center, where we have a mix of office, retail, institutional, and industrial jobs. Another major sector is our campus institutions. Our hospitals and colleges, which most people think of these as essential service providers, but they're also a major employer in the city with about 1/4 of the jobs, and is forecasted to be the fastest growing sector over the next 25 years. We also have our neighborhood business districts. These are our small businesses scattered throughout the city that provide access to essential goods and services to the surrounding neighborhoods. And finally, we have our industrial areas, the working harbor along the Willamette River, the airport and Columbia Corridor, as well as scattered small industrial areas like the Central East Side and the Brooklyn Yards. Overall, Portland is expected to add about 142,000 jobs by 2035. The comprehensive plan includes policies, land use changes, and infrastructure investments for each of these 4 sectors, while balancing the need to protect our natural resources and the surrounding communities. Portland's industrial areas include about 87,000 jobs, about 1/4 of our employment base. These are jobs in manufacturing, marine cargo, and warehouse and distribution. They make up the bulk of the jobs in Portland that are available to people without college degrees. Our industrial areas are expected to grow by about 32,000 jobs over the next 25 years. But we face a real challenge with a constrained land supply in finding enough room for businesses to grow to accommodate those jobs. Nearly half of the city's vacant industrial land supply cannot easily be used due to contamination, lack of transportation access, other infrastructure investments, or proximity to sensitive natural resources. We see examples of reinvestment by our businesses all the time. For example, last year, PDC worked with Leatherman Tool Company on a tax abatement that allowed them to reinvest into their company and create 60 jobs on top of the 450 jobs they already have here in Portland. That's the kind of reinvestment and business expansion we need in order to grow our economy. The comprehensive plan has 4 key strategies to support industrial job growth. The first is we need to protect and use our existing industrial areas more efficiently. The second strategy is brownfield reinvestment. We need to encourage the cleanup of these contaminated properties and bring them back into productive use. Third, there are a few opportunities to rezone land for industrial use. One example is the Colwood Golf Course, which was recently rezoned for 50 acres of industrial use, while preserving and protecting 100 acres for open space and natural resources. And fourth, the comprehensive plan proposes some map changes that will help increase access to living wage jobs in East Portland. In the end, the comp plan includes goals and policies, map changes, and infrastructure investments to support economic development and job growth for Portland over the next 25 years.